and welcome to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle panel here at Midwest Media Expo. We are here to talk about all things, everything Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, covering the 30 years that we are going through, as their anniversary is on only a week from now, on May 5th. I know!
It feels old right now.
We're going to start with a video real fast, and this video is just a video about guests that have been on my blog. So, and these are people who put turtles together.
Hi, this is Kevin Eastman. I am the co-creator of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and you're watching Cowabunga Corner.
Cowabunga Corner. Cowabunga. Cowabunga Corner.
I'm Michael St. Nicholas, and I played Leonardo in the 4Kids produced Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I'm David Wise. I developed Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for television back in 1987.
Leif Tillman, I played Donatello in the first two Ninja Turtle movies.
Michelin Sisti, Michelangelo to you. Townsend Coleman here. You probably know me better as Michelangelo from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I'm Mark Casso, and I played Leonardo in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movies.
I'm Barry Gordon. I was Donatello and Bebop from the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle.
I'm Adam Carl. I was the voice of Donatello in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, The Secret of the Ooze.
I'm Mark Bodie, like a cheech wizard. I'm also a Ninja Turtle artist.
Hi, this is Pat Fraley, maybe known to you as the evil bodiless Krang from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I'm Nick Palmer, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, Michelangelo action turtle on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Secret of You.
Hi, I'm Ron Paulson, and you guys are watching Cowabunga Corner. Don't you have good taste?
I'm Kenny Byerly. I wrote for the Nickelodeon Ninja Turtles show and IDW's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles New Animated Adventures.
My name is Pat Linden, Vice President of Marketing at Playmates Toy.
I'm Sierra Nielli. I am Executive Producer of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on Nickelodeon.
My name is Francis Moss. I was a writer and story editor on the first version of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Tom Waltz, the writer for the IDW Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle comic.
Hi, this is Stephen Ho. I did the stunts for Donatello and Ninja Turtles Part 2 and 3.
This is Bill Wolf, producer and director of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Hey, I'm Francois Chow. I'm playing on as a shredder.
Kurt Bryant, I played Toka on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, The Secret of the Ooze.
I'm Mark Ginther, Razar from Ninja Turtles 2.
Everybody, this is Tom Whalen, and I'm Jabberhead.
I'm Robbie Rist, Michelangelo on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle films, and you are watching Cowabunga Corner with Michele Ivey.
And would April like to sign us out with this interview?
I would certainly like to sign you out. Michele, it's been a pleasure meeting you and interviewing with you. This is April O'Neil, Channel 6 News.
As you can see, I have traveled around a lot to try and bring the actual stories of the behind the scenes of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles to Cowabunga Corner. You can see all their interviews. If not already up, they will be up soon, and there's going to be a lot more still to come. Before we get started into the history of Turtles, I think we should both introduce ourselves a little more. Andre, would you like to start?
Sure. Hi, I'm Andre, and I'm a black nerd. Thanks, guys. I have the YouTube channel Black Nerd Comedy, youtube.com/Black Nerd Comedy, on Twitter at Black Nerd. I just do weekly rants, reviews, and about nerd and nostalgia culture, particularly 80s and 90s stuff. And I talk a lot about Ninja Turtles on my channel. Old school Turtles, movie Turtles, new movie Turtles. And I do a weekly recap of the current Nickelodeon series. So if you like that type of stuff, check me out.
Check out that blog. My name is Michele Ivey. I've been doing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle events for over 2 decades now. I've known Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird since 1992. I've been going to Mirage Studios since '94, on the set of the TV show, backstage at the concerts, and I have a pretty big collection of Ninja Turtles. I've been featured on VH1's Totally Obsessed and Ripley's Believe It or Not, and a Canadian show called Fanatical. Everyone's kind of skipped out on most of the stories that I think are important to the fandom, so I decided to start my blog, Cowabunga Corner, so that I can share my stories and the stories of other fans and creative talent behind the Turtles. And now, I'm going around sharing the collection at events, from movie props to toys, animation cells, and original artwork. So in the dealer room, we do have a table set up. Now, can anyone tell me who drew the first drawing of Ninja Turtles? Okay, this is the panel for you because this is the kind of stuff we're going to be showing here. What you're about to see here, this is the very first Ninja Turtle drawing ever made. It was, there we go. This was drawn on November 19th, 1983 by Kevin Eastman. Peter Laird and Kevin Eastman were sitting down watching some bad TV, A-Team, and a lot of Peter's show. And Kevin likes to distract him during his shows. So he drew this picture of a turtle standing upright with nunchucks strapped to his arms, and Peter had to try and top that. So this is Peter's drawing. By the end of that night, they had all 4 turtles with different ninja weapons, and Kevin wrote Ninja Turtles on there, and Peter added Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This was the beginning of the Turtles. They had no clue what they were doing. These were 2 wannabe comic book artists. They were working in small-time jobs. They met by chance because Kevin saw one of Peter's comic strips on a bus and tracked him down. They had the same artist that they really liked. They only met in 1982. So this is a short-term friendship of only 1 year, and they created these. By May 5th, 1984, the comic book came to stores. And this sold out in 2 weeks. It was originally released at a comic book convention in New Hampshire. And they sold out there, and then the sales through mail just took it the rest of the way mainly. Now it is one of the most valuable comic books on the market because this caused the black and white comic book crash back in the 80s, where a lot of independent people jumped out there trying to release their own comic books. It was a big thing that happened, and it caught the attention of smaller companies. One of the companies that it caught the attention of is the Dark Horse Miniatures. These right here are actual very rare things because these are the first things licensed outside of the comic book itself that was released to the public. Now, making miniatures catches the attention of people like role-play companies. So while we got these awesome miniatures out there, Palladium Book, a Detroit company, picked up the actual RPG.
Nice.
Written by Eric Wojcik and released by Kevin Symbiota, this became a huge seller. Now, Kevin was working with another company, Surge Licensing, Mark Friedman, and Kevin introduced Ninja Turtles to Mark. Yes, and this is the first print of the book. Those are not usually easy to find. I find like 16th and 18th printings. It kept, I got distracted.
I had it right here. I just showed it off.
Yeah, I got so much stuff here. When Kevin told Mark about this, Mark pestered Kevin for a year for Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird's contact information. So in 1986, Mark Friedman met the Turtles creators, Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird, and this is Mark Friedman here. Mark got it so we got the toys, the cartoons. He started the big launch. Anyone has any questions at all during this? Raise their hands. I'm willing to go into other details than what I got here. Playmates toys.
I might do some random singing. I'm just letting you know.
Okay, you can do the singing. That's all you. Now, the Playmates Toys company is the first people that actually latched on to doing this with Mark Friedman. But they needed a sponsor, they needed an animation show, they won't do toys without a show. And they went around and Fred Wolf said, we'll do it, but only if we can see the sales. So Playmates foot the bill for the first 5 episodes of Ninja Turtles. That's why there's only 5 episodes in season 1, because it's all Playmates. Yes?
The first episode in the show was a 3-parter.
Five-part.
Five-part.
Yeah.
Okay, and that was the first season?
Yep.
Okay.
And it aired in December 1987.
How many people have seen the first 5 episodes of the 80s Turtles? Yeah. Nice. Very nice.
How many people caught all the awesome bloopers inside that episode, like Donatello talking and Raphael's voice coming out of it? First episode mistake!
And they carried on.
And as a tradition they kept for a very long time.
Yes! I loved it!
You know what's interesting? I don't know if it was a mistake or not, but you know how they had the title screen for every episode? So it's either a Ninja Turtle holding swords or a Ninja Turtle eating pizza, but it's Michelangelo holding the katana blades and it's Leonardo eating the pizza. So every episode of Ninja Turtles has a mistake in it right from the beginning. They got those turtles mixed up.
But that's one of the fun things that bring the spirit to the show. Yes?
I have always been curious, is there ever any mention of the origination on why the turtles are obsessed with eating pizza?
Now, in the show, this was just something that David Wise wrote into it, and they like the taste. They're just obsessed with it from the get-go with the original cartoon series. The new series at least shows them being introduced to pizza, and one of my favorite introductions to pizza comes from the first movie. You see them as baby turtles, it's one of the first foods they eat. Pizza, pizza, pizza!
I also remember an episode in the first cartoon series where Splinter hypnotized Michelangelo into not craving
You won't
pizza.
eat pizza no more.
I crave pizza no more!
Best episode ever.
Yes, some wonderful days. Now, with the cartoon, we had a wonderful voice cast. We're talking Townsend Coleman, Barry Gordon, Cam Clark, Rob Paulson, James Avery, who sadly just passed away.
The Shredder.
Yeah, at the very end of 2013 we lost him. Now Pat, he advertised himself as Krang by video, but he's also Casey Jones. Yeah, and Baxter Stockman. So we're talking Baxter the Fly.
White Baxter.
Yes, the only White Baxter.
Is it? Now, I've always wanted to ask this. This is what I heard. I heard that the reason that they changed him to white in the cartoon series was they were afraid of Shredder having a subordinate that was black. Is that true?
Well, Bebop's black. What I'm hearing
Well,
is
he's a
true
world.
is that they were afraid that they had too many black villains for this racist problem that they were afraid of. Because all their black people were villains. Bebop, Baxter Stockman, that was really it in the initial series. So they
created Carter later.
Yeah.
Sorry. Carter's the bit. Does anyone know who Carter is?
I left
Good.
him out
Good.
there.
They don't know who he is.
You're better off not knowing who he is.
Don't worry about it.
It's the Dark Ages.
If you think Venus is bad,
Exactly.
Carter. So Carter is worse.
He is the reason the original cartoon flopped at the end. Him and Drake.
Right.
I like Drake's voice actor. I don't like the character. Now, right after the actual cartoon came out, we got the Archie Ninja Turtle comics. Anyone here ever pick up an Archie Ninja Turtle comic?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Anyone actually know who has not picked it up? Have they heard that the story is not following the cartoon? Yes. This started off as a direct adaptation to the cartoon in the first several micro-series, all the way up to issue 5. And that's when the Mirage Studios team took over. We had Ryan Brown, Steve Murphy, Dean Claren, Chris Ellen jumping in and taking over this series. They went in their own direction where they went to the future, they fought different aliens. Bebop, Rocksteady, and Shredder were not the main villains, but they kept coming back. Raphael got a girlfriend. And they made a bunch of friends called the Mighty Mutimals, which they later killed off. So, this is a series that I highly recommend for adults more than kids because of the depth of the character growth that they put through this full arc of Ninja Turtles, and they are being re-released right now by IDW. So if you get online, you can find places where you can order graphic novels of these comics.
And if you like the Ninja Turtles and you like Archie, there's actually an issue where the Ninja Turtles meet Archie.
Yes,
Because that's what everyone's been asking for.
And Archie's going to die.
He is.
Yeah.
He is. Spoiler alert. I have a request, Michelle.
Okay.
Because we passed the cartoon, I forgot to ask. Since we talked about the cartoon, can we do the cartoon theme song?
Okay. You guys want to join in, or you want us to just do it?
No. I think everyone should sing.
Okay.
You don't want to just let me sing. I'm no American Idol. All right. I'll start with the arrow, and then we'll go from there. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, heroes in a half shell, turtle power, they're the world's most fearsome fighting team.
We're really hip. They're heroes in a half shell and they're green. Hey, get a grip! When the evil Shredder attacks, these turtle boys don't cut no slack. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Oh yeah. Don't do that time. Splinter taught them to be ninja teens. He's a radical rat. Leonardo leads Donatello does machines. That's a fact, Jack. Raphael's cool but rude. Give me a break. Michelangelo is a party dude. Party! Those Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, heroes in a half shell, turtle power. After these messages. Now I got a trivia question. Do you know who one of the writers of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles theme song is? How many people here have watched 2.5 Men or The Big Bang Theory? So the creator of that show, Chuck Lorre, was one of the writers of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles theme song. So there's your connection. So I hope now the Ninja Turtles meet Charlie Sheen or Sheldon Cooper. The Ninja Turtles connect to everything.
Everything in the world, everything in the universe.
Everything connects back to Ninja Turtles. I can find it.
Charlie Sheen's gonna wind up in the sewer eventually anyway.
What's that?
Charlie Sheen's gonna wind up in the sewer eventually.
There you go. That was mutagen. That's what he was taking. I'm a mutant, man. Just when I'm 11, I hang out with talking rats. The next area of Turtles, which is one of my personal favorites, is the movies. T-U-R-T-L-E power. How many here saw the movie in theaters? Yay! I actually saw it around 30 times. I love this movie. This is my favorite of all the Ninja Turtle movies. It is the mixture of the original cartoon series, and it is a mixture of the original comics. This is before there was too much to mix it all into one and make it close to both storylines. But it was a lot of fun. The costumes were designed by Jim Henson's Creature Shop. The fact about this is Jim Henson did not want in on this project originally.
Oh, wow.
He did not feel it was his style. He felt it was too violent. He was talked into working on Ninja Turtles from his director, Steve Barron, who worked originally on Storyteller. And that's how we got the most amazing costumes we could have ever imagined for Ninja Turtle movies. This right here is, they've created like 13 new techniques to be able to make the turtles walk and talk with no wires hanging from them. It is one of the most outstanding movies of its time because of this. Could you picture them trying to do this with the technology of Howard the Duck? That's what made the movie a success. Even though there is bloopers, there's times where you can see the turtle's legs, there's times where they're missing costume pieces, there's times you can see inside the face of the turtle and actually see the actor, but they're so hard to catch usually that your first time seeing it, that's not what you see. You're drawn into the eyes, you have to be looking for these bloopers, like the hand coming in when they're skateboarding and stuff. You gotta look for that, and that's one of the things I loved about this movie. Came out on March 30th, 1990. And it is one of my favorite things that they've ever done for Turtles. And I wish they were doing this kind of stuff again. again.
Wasn't it technically, I read something that it was like, at that time, it was technically considered an indie film because of its budget size, so it was like one of the most successful indie films.
Yes, it was.
So yeah.
It topped the market for independent films because New Line Cinemas was tiny New Line Cinemas back then. They weren't as big as they are. This helped New Line get to what they are now.
So everyone, you all have an assignment, you have a homework assignment. On August 7th, 2014, I want you to watch this movie again before August 8th when the new one comes out.
You want to really ruin the new movie for them?
Just remember, this was made in, what was this, 1990. So when you go watch the other one in 2014 and you think, oh, this looks weird, 1990, you were amazed by this. So just keep that in mind. The thing I personally love, this is a personal story about it. I think the thing I loved about it was my first vision of the Turtles was the 80s cartoon series. I had not seen any comics because my parents were real strict. I couldn't read a lot of comics. So for me, the defining moment of this movie is the first time that Raphael says, damn. Because I was just like, oh, what? These turtles are gonna curse? This is gonna be the best movie ever. And you're thinking, oh, okay, that was one. That was cute. Okay, they just want to get the adults. He's not gonna say damn again 3 more times. Damn, damn, damn. Just like, did you get the damn rabbit? I'm like, yeah.
Do something. Anyone got a favorite quote from that movie that they'd like to hear done in their voices?
Yes.
What quote?
Our favorite quote? That was mine. Damn! A Jose Canseco back? Tell me, you didn't pay money for this.
I'm going to do a scene real fast because I do voices. And this is the scene from Turtles 1 that I like to quote because it catches all the turtles. Oh, so that's the plan from our great leader, huh? Just sit here on our butts. I never said I was your great leader. We sure act like it sometimes, you know that? Yeah, and this attitude of yours isn't helping anything. Fight, fight. Kitchen, kitchen. Yeah, well, maybe I'll just take my attitude and leave. Yeah, why don't you? I will. Good. Go ahead. We don't need you.
Remember any of the dialogue when the foot soldiers were jumping in from the roof onto the antique shop? And Donatello was saying it was like structurally unsound, something like that?
Oh, I don't know this one. I don't think this is good timing. I don't think this is good timing for your friends to jump in. I know that. I'm trying to bring myself into that moment.
I just remember he wiped his head. He was like, I don't know, structured speaking, this is a good time for your friends to jump in. And I love the sequence with Michelangelo and the pizza guy when the pizza guy is like, he has to like stick the pizza inside of the sewer.
Yeah. The actor is Michelangelo's actor who's playing the pizza guy putting that in the sewer. Wow. That is visual insisting. Yes.
I always thought it was kind of outrageous the parts where the Foot Clan soldier comes down the sewers and he goes, I've got the message for you. Shut it! And smacks her, and I'm like, what?
I just remember going, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then you see Raphael's hand grabbing that side, you're just like, oh, he's going down.
Yes.
One of my favorite quotes from the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie was when, I think it was when Raphael was chasing somebody down the street and he was like, come back here, I'm not finished with you. I use that quote every time I'm playing video games. I'm trying to chase an enemy and trying to beat them up. My roommate gets hysterical every time I say it.
I love it. I lost the side. Then it's gone, but I can get back. And I also love cricket. You gotta know what a crumpet is to play cricket.
I'll teach ya.
I had a huge crush on Casey Jones when I was a kid.
I did too.
When Raph goes into the trash can, little known fact, is the stunt double. That was Raph's original stunt double that went into the trash can right there. The face caves in and breaks the guy's nose. Oh. He is replaced by one of the foot soldiers named Ken Scott, or Ken Combe. And Ken is the same foot soldier who did the nunchuck scenes against Michelangelo. He did a lot of the major scenes as one of the foot, which is why he got to be a turtle. And then in Turtles 2, he became Raph's lead actor. So it was kind of a progressive. He came in as a foot soldier and ended up being inside the most important costumes of the movies. Totally.
Do you think it was purposeful that Raphael was going to see Critters?
Yeah.
They show Critters in the background, and I didn't know if that was...
That was hinted at that, and also inside the books it was E.T. They couldn't get the rights. So, who can tell me what the next major thing that happened in 1990 for Ninja Turtles, media-wise, that a lot of people frown upon to this day? Yes.
Out of our shells, we're coming out of our shells.
When there's music inside you, someday you know that it's gonna come through. That's why we're here, we're telling you true. We're coming out of our shells, yeah, we're coming out of our shells. Coming Out of Their Shells tour premiered on October 3rd, 1990. It was sold out shows across the nation. Now, a lot of people watch the video and think, oh, this is crappy, those costumes suck. But when you're there, they did what they needed to do. They drew you into the show that no matter what, that even though they don't really have shells, they have your attention the entire show. Shredder's out there attacking you. He's actually screaming insults at you down in the crowd, not at the Turtles. He's attacking you. This was one of the most amazing things they've ever done for the fandom. It slammed so much because, yeah, it's corny, but it was made to be corny. It was made to be fun. It was made to get out there and just goof off in front of an audience. And to this day, one of Michelangelo's songs here is how I love to best describe Mikey, from the song Cowabunga. Yo, I'm the one they call Michelangelo. Let me kick my sword, just say so. Born like that, just like the rest of them. Grew up well, party with the best of them. Living loose, living large, with my humor now, I'm in charge. It's not that I'm grass, not that I'm rude, it's just that I'm a naturally humorous dude. Turn up the volume, baby, let's pump it. I see the Foot Clan, man, you know I love it. Cowabunga's my favorite word, I use it all the time, or haven't you heard? I'm out of control, wild and crazy, hazy, maybe a little bit lazy. Cowabunga. Yo, it's time for the last of the gang of green.
I used to have the VHS sled as a kid. I don't know what happened to it.
I actually saw it live on October 17th right here in Detroit at the Masonic Temple.
Oh, wow. Nice.
I wore my turtle costume for the first time. If anyone's not seen my turtle costume, I'll show you a picture later. It's not in my slideshow here. And I got mobbed by over 1,500 people. Not 1,500, over 100 people.
No, it was 1,500.
I've entertained up to 1,500 people in that turtle costume, but not at that point. I might have. I don't know. I just got mobbed. All I knew was it was all of a sudden a sea of kids, I couldn't move, and security had to pull me out because I stalled the show for 15 minutes.
Even the balcony stood up and everybody started to try to go that way.
Yeah, I was like right in the middle of the theater seating area trying to go get interviewed by April. I never made it to April. At least that time. I did meet April later. But it was a different April. In Chicago, they cut the show down. What you see on the VHS is the show that lasted from New York City to Chicago. In Chicago, they got rid of the alligators. They got rid of Baxter Stockman. They got rid of so many of the characters and elements because it was too expensive to travel with. So they had a shorter show going across country. And in 1991, they did Six Flags Great America, where they actually had an even shorter show. They cut it down so they could do 2 shows a night. The fun fact there is at that point, actually when they went to Europe, they were joined by a new person taking over Donatello, later became Raphael, and his name is Eric, and he's now one of the village people.
Where do you go from there? You gotta go get Ninja Turtle. You have to go village people after that.
He's the biker.
Did you ever play any of the Ninja Turtles video games? I mean, the original on the NES was obscenely hard, but nothing beats Turtles in Time on the Super NES.
I don't know why I didn't add any of the video games, but yes, I played all of the video games.
Yes.
And my favorite is the first game for Nintendo, where you're trying to go through the water, because I mastered that scene, and people would come over and say, I hate this water thing, and I'd sit down, want to kill me.
I hate you now, because I can never get past that. Every single time.
Once you learn it, there's
Yeah.
a trick. Once you learn it, you can get through through it every time.
I personally like the arcade games. The original Ninja Turtles arcade and Turtles in Time was so much fun.
We
Which
recently played it together.
yes, yeah, there was a Ninja Turtle party in Dallas. A guy crowdfunded a Ninja Turtle party with Vanilla Ice performing. And Partners in Crime performing Turtle Power in Dallas. And so they had a bunch of arcade machines. So we actually played through and beat Turtles in Time.
With a couple of our good friends, so we had all 4 turtles.
All 4 turtles.
How did I get stuck as Raphael?
I was Donatello. Anytime you play a Turtles video game, Tim, always pick Donatello.
Smooth Donatello.
Smooth Donatello.
You'll know this if you watch his blog.
I got a fun fact. The Turtles in Time arcade, the intro screen, or the screen before you put your quarters in, played a song from the Coming Out of Their Shells tour as well.
Growing up in Glasgow, comedians with tadpoles, it hardly ain't your mind that there's something better than this. A lettuce, leave it a carrot, maybe a seed from a parrot. Believe me when I tell you the word gourmet just don't exist. Piece of power, a flying sauce of food delight. Piece of power, oh that's what makes us feel alright. I don't normally sing this much in front of public.
That's what I do. I do nothing but sing in front of public.
Here's a behind the scenes picture given to me by Eric from them on the tour in Europe. And another, I thought I put it in here. I'm sorry. I also had an awesome picture that I was planning to have in here of them in the sewers of Paris. Actually, in the real sewers, they were brought down for our photo shoot, and I got a bunch of pictures from that. So these are things you can find on Cowabunga Corner too.
That's cool, but also sad at the same time. We want you to take a photo shoot inside of our actual sewers.
You gotta see how cool these sewers are,
But
though.
it's gotta smell.
I need to get in a character.
Yeah, I guess so.
Now,
Snap.
of course, the next thing that came out was Ninja Turtles 2, The Secret of the Ooze. One of my favorite things with this was all the magazine articles that showed us the behind-the-scenes clips of these awesome costumes. I did feel the heads were a little bit bigger, so it was more cartoony in this movie, but at the same time, I felt it matched the mood that Michael Pressman put them into in this movie. Whose favorite movie is Turtles 2, and who's seen it in the theater?
Seen in the theater.
Okay.
In this building.
In this building, awesome! What? Yeah, there's a theater in here.
Oh, I heard about this recently. Someone told me I saw a Shaq movie in here. Sounds steel.
It's like the best kept secret of the Renaissance. There's a theater here.
Got the Ninja rap from Vanilla Ice on my iPod, actually.
Now, my movie tickets is actually at the booth from when I first saw this movie. My costume was made just around the coming out shell store time. And in 1991, we started a business doing children's birthday parties, movie theater appearances. So they brought me in for both of the Detroit premieres to be a turtle before and after the show, walking around talking to kids. You know, we had Bebop with us.
That's wrong.
The very first time we're doing a movie screening for this, it was for the DARE program. There's radio stations there and everything interviewing us. We've never seen a picture of Toka and Razar. We've never seen any spoilers that is going to be Toka and Razar. So what is our Bebop doing? He's going up to the movie poster and, that's me! That's me! He's telling the radio station, I'm going to be in this movie! I'm like, oh yeah, Bebop and Rocksteady are finally joining us in the films. And then all of a sudden, we go in there and sit down, and we're watching the movie, and Toka and Razar appear, and we're both, oh! And we look around at the crowd, what is going on? And we're like, so we get onto the audience, and kids are coming up and screaming at us, you told us you were going to be in this movie, Bebop! And we're like, well, we had to keep you surprised somehow. Now, at this time, another big thing that came out was the making of the Turtle movie that was aired on Showtime and then released on VHS. When you're doing children's birthday parties, do you want those kids to see that video? No. I walk in and the kid would look up and go, I was watching you on TV and you took your head off. Are you just a man in a costume? Oh, so you believe that, huh? What? Well, you see, If the government ever found out we were real, they'd have us on a dissection table so fast you couldn't blink an eye. So we put a few things out there, but if you want to believe that, go right ahead. You never know if you're going to be a politician one of these days. I had 12-year-olds believing I was real. It was one of the best times of my life being a turtle. I loved working in theaters. I loved actually getting to meet the fans and bring something to life. And one of my best moments ever as a turtle was going to hospitals. We would do this completely free. There's no charge on me, no charge on my family, nothing. We go in there, visit sick kids in ICU. One kid we got called in for had been hit by a car, and he's in a full body cast. Went in there, spent an entire hour just sitting there talking with him and bringing smiles to his face when he's in that much pain. I get up to leave, and a nurse comes running out to grab me, and anyone catch me in the hall, I can show you the picture from this next room. The nurse comes running out to grab me, turtle, and I turn around, wouldn't do that! And she's like, this little girl almost unplugged herself from her life support. She wants to see you. I went in there, I spent another hour, no break, just staying with this girl. I got the biggest hugs. I got huge smiles. She was such a huge fan. She loved the turtles. I don't know her name. I don't know what was wrong with her. I know she was in ICU, so I know that's a bad time in any child's life. But I made that time memorable in a better way than just thinking I was in the hospital. Now she can go home and tell her friends, I was in the hospital and I met Michelangelo.
Did you ever visit U of M Mott Hospital?
I don't know if I did. I don't think so. I think we were doing like Beaumont and Providence.
Okay.
But I've hit Beaumont quite a few times. I was considered the Detroit Turtle. Detroit Edison was even hiring us for their Christmas parties. We've done quite a bit out here.
I love that. That's like an awesome title. I'm the Detroit Turtle.
Have you ever tried a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle pie? Those are like the best treat of Those are like the best.
All of my wrappers and stickers still.
They're like the best treat of our childhood.
You know, I originally agreed with you. We got a bird in the room. It just flew onto the plate. We got a bird.
Oh my God. I mentioned it on Facebook one time and people were like, you're nuts. What is a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle pie?
Yeah, you have to say, who here knows, does anyone know what a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle pie is? Has anyone ever had one or know what it is?
They're made by Hostess.
So have you ever seen those Hostess like apple pie things? Okay, so imagine that, but take the apple out and put in like vanilla pudding, but vanilla cream pudding, but color dye it green. And put it inside, and then and then frog green icing on top of it, and then eat it.
It's like the most sweet thing. They were delicious when I first tried them, but after eating so many to try and get all the stickers, I eventually stopped buying them.
Yeah.
But what I did love that nobody seems to know about were made by Delicious. Delicious made most of the Ninja Turtle snacks back then from all the crackers and cookies. They made these Ninja Turtle cookies. They were chocolate cookies and a green mint icing, and they were shell-shaped. And they were sold in a box that when you cut it up, you could turn it into the Turtle Man. I love this. It was like my favorite snack. I bought them, and in 1992, I bought my last box in August on my way to TurtleCon. I was telling everyone at TurtleCon, that was my first time eating Eastman Laird, this is the best product ever. Came home, never found again. I am devastated to this day.
I just imagine there's like a warehouse somewhere, like when the apocalypse hits, and they're going to be looking for food, they're going to find a warehouse full of those Ninja Turtle cookies, still in their box, still being eaten.
I have
Twinkies.
so many different food things still in package, from the pasta to the cereal, unopened. I don't have a box of that unopened because there's no way that box would never be opened by me. I had to eat those.
Cereal was good.
There was a Ninja Turtle cereal that was out. It was basically like corn checks and with marshmallows. So it was marshmallows.
It was supposed to be nets with Ninja Turtle marshmallows.
Yeah.
I have like 6 boxes unopened at home.
Oh, that's awesome.
Weren't they were doing some licensing with like Cookie Crisp around that time too?
No, they might have done like some box packaging, but they never made any Cookie Crisp type turtle cookies. I would have bought those, loved them. I'm not a big fan of Chex Mix when I was a kid. I like them more now, but when I was a child, I wanted sugar! Give me sugar! And marshmallows was not enough sugar.
I just remember, like, from when I was a kid, I got like a whole bunch of turtle stuff from like cereal boxes. I can't tell you what cereal boxes they come from. It's just kind of lost to my mind because I was like 6, 7 years old back then.
Well, that was a funny thing, because a lot of the cereals were all pretty much the same. They just adjusted just enough to be like, oh, it was Ninja Turtles, now it's Pac-Man cereal. Just changed the shapes or something.
I have a lot of toys, but I have a strange memory, so I can usually say where anything in my collection has come from. There's a few exceptions to the rules, but most of the time I can walk through my room and point at it and say, oh, I got this poster from my 6th grade classroom, or I got this toy in Christmas 1989. I have a very unique sense of going, this is where and when I got this and added it to the collection. The thing is, I never inventoried it. It's all just in my head. I need to sit down and actually try to inventory it, but that scares me. Now, of course, the next thing that came out was... Whoa.
Are we passing Ninja Turtles 2? Because I think we forgot a milestone in that film. We had a Vanilla Ice. A Ninja Rap.
This guy actually performed it for Vanilla Ice.
If you go to Black Nerd Comedy, there's a video of me with Vanilla Ice, and I actually did the Ninja Rap for Vanilla Ice.
He did not do Ninja Rap for us.
He did what?
Well, think about it. Did he really sing Vanilla Ice? Did you hear the lyrics? Have you ever seen a turtle get down, slam, and jam into the new swing sound at the Epic Party?
Oh, no, yeah. Vanilla Ice was the Epic Party. The whole purpose was to have Vanilla Ice with the Ninja Turtles. And he did a version of Ninja Rap, but it wasn't the Ninja Rap.
It was horrible. I wanted to hear, have you ever seen a turtle get down, slam, and jam into the new swing sound? I wanted to hear that. Not whatever it was he was.
Go. It's just a rock thing now. Yeah. But they did have partners in crime who did the first movie song, Turtle Turtle Power, and he performed the song. And
only one change.
The only change was, because the original song he said that Raphael was the leader, and he changed that lyric.
It used to be, make up the team with one little fellow Raphael. He's the leader of the group transformed from the norm of the nuclear goop. Now it's, make up the team with one little fellow Raphael. He's the bad boy of the group transformed from the norm of the nuclear goop.
You can thank the internet for that.
Mr. Crime, I just want to let you know that that is very incorrectly, and Arnold is the true leader of the Turtles.
That was Baxter's talking to this.
Yeah, as a kid, I wasn't a big Vanilla Ice fan, so I was more excited about Turtle Power.
I just love that song.
What about Mega Shredder?
Kevin Nash, Super Shredder.
Super Shredder. The most giant shredder in the shortest amount of time. He's like, I'm Super Shredder! And I'm dead.
I just found it very odd that his suit changes with the like,
yeah.
You get more spikes on your costume.
Yeah.
Shredder, you're going to destroy us all!
So big! Yeah. And then they also had Ernie Reyes Jr. in that movie as Kino, their friend.
He was Donatello's stunt double in the first movie.
The upgrade. He did screen time. So yeah, and then we had a changed April too.
Yes, we went from Judith Hogue, which was my favorite April, and switched over to Paige Turco.
And then we had Turtles 3.
Yeah, then we had Turtles 3. Now, Turtles 3, it gets a lot of slack. Can anyone raise their hand and tell me what they did not like about Turtles 3?
Everything.
Okay.
We found the time device in that first.
Can someone please tell me a movie, any of the movies, and I'm talking even the fourth movie, where Michelangelo had a storyline and was not comic relief?
Boom.
Turtles 3. Can anyone tell me a movie that did not have the repeat, besides for the fourth movie, they at least kept to this, did not have the repeat storyline of the Turtles fighting Foot all the time? Turtles 3, they gave us something new. Now, did the Turtles fight the Foot all the time in the cartoons?
Yeah.
No. No, they had a bunch of villains.
They had Rat King,
Leatherhead.
Baxter Stockman is Fly.
Yep.
Slash, yes.
And the mobs. They had a bunch of different mobs. And anyone remember that collector who waxed them, wanting to put them in his museum, was trying to get them waxed? He froze them and set them up in their turtle lair, and they're just talking like this so they can talk and try to figure out how to get out of it. There is so many different villains in Ninja Turtle history. Why are we focusing only on the Foot Clan? The third movie broke that chain that we were going through. First two movies was basically the same plot. We're going to take down Shredder. So they gave us something new, and people are complaining about it. Now, the worst thing, and I will stand by this, there's two bad things with this movie that I agree. One, the costumes suck.
I think that was the thing. Yeah.
This is coming from somebody who owns two heads. I spent over $38,000 to get those heads, and they're from this movie. But I still say the turtles look like frogs and Splinter look like a dog.
Good thing the new movie does not have any problems with that. Perfect. The Michael Bay film.
Oh, 3,800, not 38,000. Thank you.
No, 38,000. And she got mobbed by 1,500 people. And she's in the new Ninja Turtles movie. I'm gonna say it right now. Yeah.
So, and the costume props are at our booth in the dealer room if you guys actually want to see those heads. And we will, move maybe Toka's claw closer because I can touch it without touching the foam latex. I do ask that nobody tries to touch any of these props because the more we touch them, the faster they're going to decay. If you want to know what they feel like, pick up a Nerf ball and squeeze that, and that is what they're made of, basically. And if you want to know what it feels like wearing them, get that Nerf ball wet because you'll be flooded in sweat.
I have made the statement to a few people in public when you hear about bullying in schools and that teachers let happen. I'm like, why can't teachers these days be like Splinter? Why can't they be like comforting and be like a father figure or a mother figure and actually raise them?
They have a harder time because they gotta trust so many other kids. I do understand their situation. What I wish is that they would actually teach people that they can stand up for themselves instead of run away all the time. I was gang beaten. I had 15 to 30 kids at a time ganging up on me, throwing me in front of cars on busy roads, pushing me iron pole wearing stitches across my head. If the substitute was not, our teacher was not there and we had a substitute, I had to be pulled out by the janitor with a black eye, bloody nose, fat lip. I was a complete victim, and what I did before Ninja Turtles came in my life was I would drop down, cover the top of my head, and have my knees and curl up and let these kids beat me up because I was taught by all my favorite superheroes as a child and all my teachers and people above me, don't fight back. I was taught to run and get somebody else, but if you can't run, if you're surrounded, how do you not fight back? I would fall into the most defensive position I could to try and defend myself. When the Ninja Turtles came out, I'm looking and going, these are heroes. They're not using superpowers. They're not using expensive toys. They are using their bodies in something I can learn. The only thing really different about them that makes them to where they have to do it this way is because they look different. Well, they're different. Well, so am I. I'm being beaten for a reason. I'm different than everybody else. I'm outcasted. I have no friends. I'm alone. My family is the closest thing I have. I could relate to the Turtles. And that's why the Turtles pulled me in to the fandom, because they were the one thing that taught me I could stand up. In the first movie, Casey Jones fights Tatsu and takes him down, and one of the kids yelled out, "What are we standing here for? Let's get him!" And Casey points that golf club right at that kid and says, "Do you want to be next?" And all of those kids backed down. Now, I tried this. Before I even got into karate, I tried this. I knew who the leaders were. I could point each of them out. And so when they would attack me, I'd go after the leader. It worked. If the leader backed down, all of them, all of these scary, bigger kids than the leader would back down. The leader was a smaller girl than me. And they would all back down if she backed down. They would all back down if the male leader. I knew each of the leaders. I tried it, worked. It got the fights to be a little rougher because they would get more people in hopes that they could get through to me better and block themselves. And I even had to use a bow staff on one of the leaders once. I was out playing Thundercats and I was Chitara because I was the only girl in the group with the little kids that I was playing Thundercats with. and I had a staff, and she attacked me in my own front yard. So I pinned her down with a bow staff, and that's when I learned I could actually hold her down. But it was the turtles that inspired me to be able to get through that. And then I got in karate. I had 2 fights since I got in karate, and I'm proud to say those fights, it was all blocks, defenses, and mocking them. I was able to walk away without me or them being hurt. I don't want revenge, I just want to live. And that's how they lived. Now, this right here, this is the cast that made Turtle Street. And the reason I put a cast in here is because I realize a lot of people sit here and attack Turtle Street. But these people, I've met a lot of them. And I can say their hearts were actually into making the best movie they could. Corey Feldman was the second problem I had with the movie. I loved him in the first movie, but in the third movie, do you know what was wrong with Corey Feldman in this movie?
Corey Feldman.
They let him ad-lib. They did not keep him to the script. So all of a sudden, if you're watching the movie, Donatello is now acting like Michelangelo because Mikey can't be the class clown. He's got a storyline, so Donnie picked up the slack there, and it just was so out of character for Donatello that is my one fingernail on the chalkboard moment. And you can tell when he's ad-libbing because the mouth is not matching up to what he's saying.
So was it when he goes like, "You were expecting maybe the Addams Family"? Was that ad-lib?
Yeah, that's an ad-lib.
Good job.
And there's also like when he's, one of my favorites actually that he did was he can actually lift that thing when the guard is pulling himself up in a cage. But hey guys, it's not just a job, it's an adventure. There's so many corny lines that just come out of Donatello that Corey Feldman's the only thing actor-wise that I had problems with. All these people though, these are puppeteers. They're people who wore these heavy suits. Leonardo's actor broke his neck in 1980, was told he would never walk again, and he's walking around with an animatronic head on his neck. You want to talk about amazing people? Watch the movie, get over the looks, and then judge it. Give this movie another chance and see that just because there's a lot of reviews out there who bash it, that this movie is not as horrible as it is.
Super Mario Bros. On the other hand.
Last Airbender. Okay.
I actually love Super Mario Bros.
Now we want to go a little bit more corny than Turtles 3. Coming Out of Their Shells tour went further. They did a second tour called Getting Down to Your Town, which I don't have any images on here. And then they did 2 live videos. They did Turtle Tunes.
Yeah.
Leonardo had a rowboat. This is making me sick. Let's hope he stays afloat and that he won't get seasick. Leonardo, row, row, row. You got to go much faster. Leonardo, go, go, go. This is a disaster. One of them are in, one of them are out. That's not what I call rowing. He's heading to the farthest shore. Hey, look out. Where's he going? Leonardo, no, no, no. How are we going to help him? Leonardo, slow, slow, slow. At least we know he can swim. Leonardo had a rowboat. Leonardo had a rowboat. That's one of the.
And this was not popular? What?
And there's a song. Anyone here Care Bear fans when they were kids? No.
I don't care, bro.
Okay. Remember Alice in Wonderland's Care Bear Adventure?
Care Bear's Adventure in Wonderland.
Yes.
Pickle beats.
Now, there's a tune in here that I can't help but think Care Bears every time I hear it. Because it's a pity when the city isn't clean. It's so wrong. It's so mean. We can clean it up and pick it up and anything we can think of to make it a clean city.
Yeah, it sounds like it was a reject song from Care Bears, and then someone from Turtle Tunes just took it.
No, the tune, the music in that song. Listen to it.
No.
Listen to it.
No, I'll pass. I think I'm good. This is a dark time for the Ninja Turtles right now.
After this one came out, they did We Wish You a Turtles Christmas.
Gotta get a gift, gotta get a gift, gotta get a gift, gotta get a gift, get a gift for Splinter.
I hate shopping in the winter. Gotta get a gift for Splinter. He's the last one on our list. The only one we missed. Gotta get a gift, gotta get a gift, gotta get a gift for Splinter.
I actually liked Splinter singing the 12 Days of Christmas.
Yeah.
That cracked me up.
I love this video because when I was babysitting, it was the only thing that would keep the kids staring at the TV.
In confusion.
And also because it is so fun to torment serious fans with. When people are taking them way too serious, I mean, the Turtles have different levels of being fun, corny, to being the dark-hearted, wonderful Mirage comics. But some fans go too serious. Some fans are like, if you don't like the Mirage Turtles, if you never read the comics, you are not a Turtle fan. And then you have the people who watch the cartoon series and, well, if you don't like the cartoon series because the cartoon series made the Ninja Turtles famous, then you're not a real fan.
Yep.
Okay,
Who needs a new one on Nickelodeon when you got the 80s one? Come on.
So.
And then, oh wait, there's one more group. Everybody knows the 2000s Turtles are the best Turtles because that's the most serious storyline. The 80s Turtles are too cartoony. 2000 Turtles are real Turtles because they're buff.
Actually, the buffness is not what we like about it.
Oh, yeah, the storyline.
Yeah.
And then there's one guy.
I like fast forward. That's my favorite. I don't care what anyone says. Back to the sewer, close second.
My heart with the Turtles is anywhere, so any part of Turtles you can bring up to me, I can hold a conversation with you. We can go through and talk about the different areas, which is why I enjoy having a booth, because so many different people can come up, and I'll have Ninja Turtle conversations all day, and maybe repeat one topic like 3 times. That's it. Because so many people have different reasons why they like the Turtles, but when they take it too serious, it is fun to torture them, and this is what I do. This is how I break the ice of saying, okay, you're going to try and out-turtle me or whatever you want to do. Let's have some fun. Sit them down, and I actually watched one girl scream, pull, fall on the ground, crying, trying to watch this video. So she hates this video with a passion, but watching her watch it, that was so worth the moment.
Well, and the thing I like to argue about with like people who will say that the '80s series is the true defining Turtles because that anything else has been worse. So like, you need to go back and watch. I love the '80s series, but it's a lot sillier than a lot of people remember it to be. There was some silly characters. There were some silly episodes. I mean, there was a whole episode where like Shredder created his own business to get the Ninja Turtles. You had like all the different mutants and like. The mobs were like Mad Dog. Was it?
Mad Dog McMutt.
He only stole like dog products and stuff. Don
And Raph
Tortelli.
had to dress up like him.
Is a weird one. Yeah. And yeah.
A nice little fact about Turtle thing. You ever want to stump Eastman and Laird? Ask them a question about the original cartoon series. One person wrote Mirage Studios saying, I have money writing on this. What is the name of Baxter Stockman's brother? Anyone in the audience can raise their hand on this one?
Baxter Stockman's brother.
Barney Stockman. Yeah, I pronounce it wrong. Barney Stockman. And they wrote Mirage Studios asking what the name of the brother is. Well, the licensor who got the email did not know the name, and Eastman and Laird was in the studio, which is a rare event. She had them both standing at her office door, and she asked them, what's the name of Barney Stockman's brother? Their answer was, he doesn't have a brother. This person had money riding on this. This person had money riding on this and totally got, it doesn't exist from the studio, the source. So you ever want to stump Eastman and Laird? She about died when we told her Barney Stockman because me and my sister were standing there and she's telling us this story and we're like, it's Barney Stockman. And she's, what? And the episode Raphael knocks him dead. It's Barney Stockman.
Yeah. So to give us some background, Barney Stockman is Baxter Stockman's brother, who looks exactly like Baxter Stockman. So everyone calls him Baxter Stockman, and he gets mad because he's like, no, Baxter Stockman turned into a fly. I'm obviously not Baxter Stockman, I'm Barney Stockman. And what I've done is I've created a device that's gonna connect stand-up comedians to a machine that's gonna make everyone laugh, and then that way they'd be able to rock the city. And Raphael was caught because he just started doing stand-up comedy. This is an actual episode of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Okay, we got a half hour left, so I'm going to try and blow through this and then do more talking.
Yeah.
Next came out the Image Turtle comics. When Mirage stopped publishing, they gave the rights over to Image, where you got Cyborg Don, Raph, half of his face blown away, and then he became Shredder. Leonardo got his hand cut off, and Michelangelo became a writer. So he wrote a romance novel, and he was publishing poems. So it was a very interesting comic series. Did not last that long, sadly. It was a lot of fun. At first, the artwork was it was made to be a color book by the artists. even though they knew it was black and white. Frank Fosco did all the artwork for this stuff. His style, if it was made in color, would look a lot better. And the blown up ones, you can go by my booth and actually see original artwork pages. You can flip through a book right on my counter out there, and that book is all original artwork pages from this series. It was a fun series, short-lived, and it took risks that nobody else would take. After the Image Comics, that's another cover from that, we have this.
Does anyone know where this is from? This logo is from? What's that?
The live action one?
There you go! This is Ninja Turtles, The Next Mutation. Oh, that's the only image I have in here. How many people watched The Next Mutation ever?
I watched the episode where they met the Power Rangers.
Yeah.
There was no, I've seen other ones, but I'm just saying that was one I remember the most, is that there was an episode where they met the Power Rangers.
But that's a Power Ranger episode, that's not a Next Mutation.
I know, but it was just like the Ninja Turtles and Power Rangers together. And sure, it's not the original Ninja Turtles or the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, but it's still the Ninja Turtles and Power Rangers
If
together.
anyone watches that crossover, note that the way the Turtles talk and act is way different than the Next Mutation, because the Power Rangers writers, even though they all work for Saban, decided not to contact the people working on Ninja Turtles and find out that the Turtles changed from the original cartoon series. So this is the only time you will see the Ninja Turtles shouting cowabunga from those costumes. In fact, the actors from the Next Mutation did not even know the crossover was made, and nor did Mirage Studios. It was a surprise.
Wasn't that the same show where you had the first lady turtle?
Yes, Venus de Milo. Now, Venus de Milo was like the thing of evil, according to Mirage Studios, because Mirage, for many years, said no to everyone who came to them about a female turtle. The uniqueness about the turtles is they're the only four of their kind, and if you introduce a female, then that's done and gone, because now they can reproduce. So they've always said, no, not happening, not happening, not happening. And then CBS makes their announcement in 1995. In 1996, we're dropping all of our cartoon Saturday morning shows. Ninja Turtles, even though it wasn't #1 for Saturday mornings anymore, was still their #1 Saturday morning show. And they were dropping it. Carter and Drake. Okay. So what they end up doing with this is they go to all these different networks saying, who wants Ninja Turtles? Remember, Ninja Turtles is big, Ninja Turtles is big. And all these other networks are like, we don't want it. We don't want it at all. And Fox came forward and said, fine, we're doing all the big shows right now. We got Power Rangers, Beetleborgs. We'll do it if it's live action and if you make it politically correct and add a female turtle. This was in 1995. Eastman and Laird fought this and fought this, but nobody else came forward saying they'd do a show. The decision was made not because Eastman and Laird were excited about doing a show, but because they care about the fandom and did not want a year where there's nothing Turtles on the air. So on January 11th, 1997, they signed the papers. Peter backed out of the picture completely. Kevin, on the other hand, likes Venus de Milo because he helped create her. He got to write her background story. She's supposed to be the sister of the Turtles. But what did they do in the first episode? They have Leonardo and Venus talking, well, second episode, because it's the first episode she's introduced into the Turtles, on a rooftop, and Leo says, oh, we're not all genetically connected. We are pet shop turtles. Just completely blew out what Mirage was trying to get at. They were trying to make it so there's no chance of any relationship, and Saban still was able to twist it and get it so there's a chance of a relationship. Now, people watched the series, think she would end up with Leonardo. The actress who wore the costume wanted Michelangelo. There was a lot of funny theories and stuff. Next Mutation, if you're ever going to give it a try, it's really cheap at the stores right now. Do not judge it on those first 5 episodes, please. Give it time, and it will grow on you. My favorite villain in Ninja Turtle history is Dr. Cornelius Squeeze because of his character growth. It is a very fun, corny series, Remember, there's sound effects and it's made for kids, but it's still something worth checking into, and you can see character growth with the different characters through the show. So I do recommend it. After that, we went through the drought. We're talking the Next Mutation killed it all. Image Comics eventually had to stop because they weren't selling enough. It wasn't really publicized that much. Next Mutation was taken off the air not because of its ratings. It was #1 for its time slot and kids programming. It was taken off the air because Saban was not making money off the toys. So when that was pulled in 1998, we went from 1998, 2000, the Image Comics were canceled, and now we're sitting in 2000, darkest period of time for Ninja Turtle history. There's nothing out there. The only thing released to us fans was t-shirts online, iron-on t-shirts, so the third time you wash them, then you might as well never wear them again. I was devastated, so I put together a booth at Motor City Comic Con called Save Our Turtles.
Saw that.
Turtle Fans Unite.
Oh, nice.
And I got petitions going, and I was contacting Mirage quite often. Well, in 2001, Peter Laird came out with Volume 4 of the Ninja Turtles. At this time, he's already bought out Kevin's rights to the Turtles, so he has full creative control. Kevin's still getting some money on the side, but it's now Peter's thing. And then in 2003, we got the Next Mutation.
Turtles. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is my impression of them. Like, what's up, the turtle?
See, I don't agree with
Bad
that.
bro.
I'm sorry, if you want to do that for the new movie.
Oh, well, no, the new movie is like.
Even the Next Mutation was just a mess.
You need to see the Japanese intro to that series. It's
Oh, I have.
It is epic.
Oh, go, turtles. I can't sing the full song, but that one is a fun one. I can sing along with it, but not without it. The 2003 series, for those who have seen the 2003 series for kids. I'm so happy so many people in here have. So many people now come to me going, oh, I didn't give that series a chance. But I've been converting people. I'll do marathons and say, you must watch this series, because I do love the storyline. But it's not just the storyline I love, it's the character growth and the special attention given to each of the turtles and the brotherly connection. When you're talking about the turtles, when they're going to Splinter, he's dad. You got the turtles hugging a lot more when they're scared. You got the turtles actually right there for each other. Yeah, they'll pick on each other here or there. They'll get on something, but they're not always ripping on the other's weakness. They're not always picking on each other. They're not to the point where you just think, are they really even friends? They are actually really close in this show. And that's one of the things I love about the 2003 Turtle series. Now, this brought back a lot of turtle hype, so one of the things that came out and went around was the Monster Jam. We had the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Monster Truck. This picture was taken at Oakland Mall in 2005. It's been around a few times. After that, we had Fast Forward. And Fast Forward was where they were trying to make it corny. They were trying to get, they wanted to dumb down the audience because the show they felt got too serious. And after the Ninja Tribunal season, I can understand. My favorite things on 4Kids series is the first 4 seasons. And then we got to 2007.
TMNT, all right.
Anyone know that somebody in this room actually worked on that movie? Yes! One of them knew! Okay, I was a script consultant for the 2007 movie. And they asked for us to tell us what's been done before. When I read the script in 2005, I wrote back saying, yeah, see this fight scene with Leo and Raph? Over and over and over, and it's on repetitive re-kill. I'm tired of seeing Leo and Raph fight. They fought in the first 2 movies. We get to see them in the 4Kids series fight. We get to see them in the Mirage Comics fight. Yeah, there's not this, the undisputable proof of who's going to win, but I don't feel like the movie was that way either. I just really feel that Leo gave up on that fight scene. So I'm like, don't put this in there, because we should be focusing on one storyline. And I also call it a badly written fanfic. Yeah, they took a few of my advice, one of which was when Raph is using his eyes to break the swords. Yes! I did that! first time ever correctly. And they did it. Yay! Not the way I would have, but they did it. So it's a fun movie. I like Michelangelo and Donatello and Raphael's personalities through the movie. I'm not a big fan of Leonardo or April O'Neil in this movie. Casey Jones was a hoot. I loved Casey. Splinter had way too little screen time.
Casey Jones, who was voiced by Captain America. That man is just every superhero. He's like Captain America, The Flash.
You know, the evil thing that they did was they had other voice actors come in and voice it for their initial run of the movie to animate to. And then they had the celebrity voice actors come in and dub it.
What?
And
Good thing they're not doing that with the new movie.
The original voice of Casey Jones was going around advertising himself as Casey Jones for the new movie. Quentin Flynn, I'm sure people who go to Youmacon has heard that name before. Anyone into anime, he's Haruka Sensei in Naruto. Yeah, he was very, very crushed when the cast list came out because they were never told that they were being replaced. And it was watched. Patrick Stewart did the worst job at lip syncing it.
but it's happening again. It's currently the new movie. They're going back with the CGI Turtles and Splinter and giving them celebrity voices, supposedly.
Supposedly, I think that was April Fool's prank because I've not heard any official news.
Yeah.
And I'm still thinking that's April Fool's.
I hope it is.
I think after their experience with Jason Biggs, who has been let go, they're not going to try and go that road again. I don't think they would.
He's been let go?
Yeah. Yeah.
Who's replacing him?
There's a rumor on a very awesome voice actor, celebrity person that I will be ecstatic. And this is a rumor from like a Wikipedia page, so you know anyone can update these things.
Right.
And I've been trying to confirm it, but I did not get a reply yet. I'm getting this confirmed. Seth Green.
That's what I heard too.
I want that. I want that. So,
I can see that.
I met Seth. He is such an awesome person. That would be the perfect cast for Leo. I would be so happy.
Okay, so he was voicing Leo.
Yeah, he was the
Jason
voice of
Biggs
Leo for the Nickelodeon.
For the Nickelodeon show. I didn't know. That's news to me. Just broke news to me. I gotta make a video now. Jason Biggs, come on. Turtles like too many pies.
The next thing they did with the Ninja Turtle series to fix fast forward is they brought him back to the past, but then they cut Splinter into many little pieces and lost him in a computer.
Like you do.
Yeah. So the best thing that came out of that was they went into a video game and kept changing shapes and stuff. They were like in this awesome RPG game, and I highly recommend watching that because it's hilarious. And also, they took one of my ideas and made it into an episode. They asked me if I had any ideas for an episode at a convention, so I emailed the guy with 26 episodes, a full season's worth. And one of them actually used the situation I told them to use and the villain that I told them to use. So when the Turtles are going to Comic-Con, when Mike and Raph go, they switched it up. I did not plan for Raph to get superpowers. But I wanted the Turtles to go to the Java Center, to Comic-Con. I wanted Mikey to have an adventure against the evil Midwest, or however I'm going to pronounce his name, who was up against Silver Sentry in the first season. Because he never came back. And actually made it in there. And at first when I saw the episode, I didn't even think about what I wrote, because I wrote it a few years prior. And somebody came to me and goes, "Didn't you write this for Alum?" I'm like, let me check. Yes, it's in my email. I wrote this. So I have had small influences in Ninja Turtle history. I've helped work on a sticker album and a few other things from Mirage Studios here and there, and they paid me in merchandise. 4Kids never did any contact to let me know they were doing it, but it's still fun to say, that was mine.
I contributed in paying for a lot of money for various figures and toys and movies and pizza.
Yep, pizza!
I love that you had this beautiful story about defending yourself and bullying and stuff, and mine was just, I learned how to eat pizza. That's what I got from the Turtles. So you learned how to fight, and I gained weight. Still love pizza.
In 2009, Mirage Studios did a big blowout tour across country with this Ninja Turtle band for their 25th anniversary. Woo! And I heard some of the people working on Turtles going, "Oh, they're going to let us go. We're dying down over here. There's something going on." I'm like, "Oh no, Mirage is going to be around for a long time to come because we have this tour and we have Turtles Forever coming out soon. And this is awesome." I traveled cross country to each of the stops, and actually volunteered at the bus answering questions about the stuff inside. Inside the bus is a museum. They had the first comic, they had toys, they had animation cells, they had video clips with interviews going. It was fun. We went to New York, Philadelphia, Detroit. In Detroit, nobody was there. Aww. We stood out right here on the walk, River Walk right here, with the Renaissance Center behind us. You can see the picture at my table of the bus right there. And it was kind of a sprinkly day, but not really rainy. I mean, they could wear their costume around. Very cloudy day. And we're standing there, and only like one lady with her little kid showed up. It was the deadest stop on the full tour. And I'm like, yeah, this is my hometown.
Did they promote?
Huh?
Did they promote it?
Yes, they were promoting it. They had websites going. They were on each of the Ninja Turtle forums actually posting. They had a Facebook page that was following it.
Yeah.
They had it tracking. And I was promoting it left, right, and center to the fandom. But it just did not drum up any business.
It was a different. It shows you what a difference 5 years makes. Because they came to San Diego Comic-Con and they had like a whole big thing there and stuff. And I remember one of their things was you had to go to all these different booths to get little buttons, which is you go to the screening. And I remember I was running around and people were like trying to stop me and talking like, no, I can't talk right now. I gotta go get these things. And what are you doing? I was like, I gotta get these buttons. So I go to this Turtles event. And they're like, oh, Ninja Turtles? You're still into that? Okay, I guess. That was the 25th anniversary. This year, some of those same people, I see them, they got Ninja Turtle t-shirts on, and they're like, oh man, the Ninja Turtles, I love it, I've been loving Ninja Turtles since I was a kid, it's my favorite show ever, whatever, the new hipster. I'm like, dude, 5 years ago I just talked to you, and you gave me crap for running around here trying to get these buttons, and now you're like, I'm the biggest turtle fan ever. Whatever.
Well,
you guys are real turtles. Give yourself love.
After Detroit, we went to Chicago, St. Louis. We went over to Denver, Colorado, down to Dallas. No, Dallas I already mentioned. Dallas was hot and horrible. Colorado, Denver, and then down to Phoenix, Arizona, which was hot, but go into the shade and you're good. Then we ran over to Vegas, and then LA, and then down to San Diego. Then we went up to Vancouver. Portland, and then up to Seattle. And then they went across country to Northampton. Excuse me, I need a drink. Is that water? Do we have cups? Can you hand me a cup?
Yeah, sure.
I've been talking and not drinking, and I can feel it. Yeah. Sorry.
Drink well, my sons. At least you get to drink because you have a body. Craig wants a body.
The bus is now owned as part of Nickelodeon because right after this it was announced that the Turtles were sold to Viacom. And at the last minute they added the bus to their deal. So who knows where this thing is now.
I love that. You get the series, the toys, the characters, and a bus.
Now, Turtles Forever was was during the tour, as he mentioned,
Yes.
and we were both at the same premiere.
Michele, that's how we met.
Yeah.
We met at the 25th anniversary panel. This is how we became Turtle connected. So yeah.
I actually invited the voice actors to that because they were not told. So we had Mike Sinter-Nicholas and Sam Riegel sitting with me to watch the Turtles Forever, my first time seeing it. Sadly, the others were out east. They weren't able to join in.
Who has seen Turtles Forever, by the way? Nice.
If you haven't, highly recommend it.
It is.
Highly.
Yes.
The only thing they could have done to make it better was have David Wise help write the old school Turtles and bring in the original voices. Viacom, scaring the living daylights out of me. Now we're owned by a corporate instead of having the Turtles in a small studio where you know everyone by name. This is the IDW Comics. It was the first thing coming out that was not just retro clothing and stuff. And Kevin Eastman's a co-writer. Anyone read the IDW Comics? Oh wow. Okay, in the first 4 issues, I was questioning if I would ever like this comic book. The Turtles were mutated only 1 year ago. They're running around trying to find Raphael, who's not been with them for the entire year. How can he be a brother if he's not with them since they've been mutated? And I was freaking out. April O'Neil names the turtles inside the lab before they're mutated. And then, issue 5 came. I love this series! They went into a totally new direction, which is amazing. And they're bringing back characters to where I love their origin stories in this comic more than their original comic. I like Fugitoid a lot more in this comic book series than I will in Mirage. They give him a reason to be in the fight. They give him a reason to be who he is. And it is an absolutely amazing storyline. I could not believe, I've never been sold out on an original origin before. That's the first time somebody's done that to me. I highly, highly recommend picking up the graphic novels of IDW because Kevin Eastman and Tom Waltz, this Tom Waltz's story, is doing an absolutely astounding job on this comic series. I love it. Leonardo works for the Shredder. If you want to find out how,
alert!
If you want to find out how, oh, they got that all over on the internet. If you want to find out how he worked for the Shredder, pick up these comics.
There's a green wedding. Here we go with Teenage Mutant Ninja Team. On the scene, cool teams doing ninja things. So extreme, others to it like laser beams. Gear rock with the shell shock, piece of kings. Can't stop these radical dudes. The secret of the ooze made the chosen few emerge from the shadows to make them move. The good guys win and the bad guys lose. Oh, Leonardo's leader in blue turns everything it takes to this ninjas through. Donatello's the fella has whipped machines. Raphael's got the most attitude of the team. Michelangelo, he's one of a kind. And you notice where to find out when it's party time. Master Splinter taught them every single skill they need to be one lean, mean, green, incredible team. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Sorry. I can't help it.
You also, I seen your blooper reel.
Oh yes.
I seen your blooper reel.
There's a video. It's not on my main channel. It's somewhere secretly hidden on YouTube. There's a video of me just trying to learn this song. It's like 10 minutes long of me just
awesome.
messing up this song constantly.
Since I don't sing, I don't force myself to learn it on video, and I'm thankful for that.
There may be some dirty words in it. Just letting you know. Because it's like literally getting to the part like where the Michelangelo line like that way through, and then getting to that link me and messing it up, and just like no damn. Who watches the Nickelodeon series, by the way? Nice. All right.
Okay, for those of you who don't, are you afraid that Nickelodeon may have ruined the show?
Maybe.
Maybe?
Remember, there is still a Turtle
Because
Christmas.
of why?
If Nickelodeon is associated with kids.
Okay, Avatar: The Last Airbender, who did it?
Nickelodeon.
Is that really a kid's show only?
No.
No. Nickelodeon knows how to pop up some good entertainment, and this series is being done by a guy named Ciro Nelli. Ciro Nelli is a fan of the Mirage comics and the original movies and cartoons. This guy is bringing in every aspect from the areas with their own origins as well, much like the IDW Comics is. He is giving us a new twist. Yes, some of the characters are dumbed down, but it's not really dumbed down, it's aged down. They want to watch the Ninja Turtles grow up and learn. So they have Michelangelo way more goofy in the first season, and he starts to become the Mikey we know through the seasons. They're doing character development, and the storyline behind Shredder and Splinter is just... I'm on the edge of my seat every time those two fight. I love the Nickelodeon series. The animation is fantastic, the voice acting is fun, and they bring back people who worked on the original series, like Rob Paulson is now Donatello. So they bring Raph back and throw him in as Don. And they're doing an actual crossover with the Turtles, meeting the original classic Toon Turtles. They already brought them in as a teaser in one of the episodes to where they saw them and they're like, what's that? But they're going to actually meet. So,
and in this version, they use the original voice cast.
yes, they bring in all of the original Turtle voice actors.
Yeah.
This is an amazing show. It is #1 right now in the sales market for toys and stuff for a reason. It's not because it's Turtles, because we saw what happened with 4Kids. It's the promotion, it's the layout of the series, it's actually bringing the characters to life in a way that people can respect. And I will stand behind these 4 Turtles. They're fun. They're not as brotherly as I feel the 4Kids is, because I feel that they pick on each other way too much. Especially like the first 4 episodes, I didn't really see them connecting. And they just like to tease each other a lot. Finally, in the episode where Michelangelo, new friend, Ivey, meets a friend, and at the end you see Raph just completely going nuts. Not nuts, he gets really mad about what happened, and then he comes and actually gives Mikey a pep talk. That's the first time I really saw something in there that connected them. So, I love it, but it's not perfect. It's still a lot of fun, and there is no perfect series. They're all great in their own areas.
Also, if you ever want to see a turtle crush on a human, it's a good episode. It's a good series as well.
5 minutes.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, Donnie and April. Smooth Donatello. And of course, the new movie's coming out this year. I want to know how many people are excited.
Are they going to be
How many?
aliens?
I'm cautiously optimistic.
Are they what?
Are they going to be aliens like what I've been hearing
Okay,
about?
I gotta at least get in this rumor correction real fast.
Break it down.
The Ninja Turtles were never going to be aliens. In almost every series of the Ninja Turtles, their mutation is alien-oriented. You got the Utroms, you got Dimension X, the Ooze come from space. The only area that did not do that because it was cut from it is the movies. So Ninja Turtles are from an alien race. That is what Michael Bay said. The Turtles are from an alien race. He never said they are an alien race. And when I saw that video clip, I cried. Because I knew what he meant, and I knew nobody else would believe it. And sure enough, the emails and the news reports, and everyone was jumping out calling them Teenage Mutant Alien Turtles. Teenage Alien Mutant Turtles, no, Ninja Turtles, I'm sorry. I cried a lot, and I watched a lot of people jump out there with the rumor and have fun with it. They got a lot of promotion.
I had a blast with it.
I never posted anything like that, but I was just skeptical about it.
Yeah, they're not aliens. I know a lot. How many people are scared of the new movie?
I'm excited and scared.
Yeah. And it's a little column A, a little column B. So that's coming up.
It's like a little column A, a little column Megan Fox.
I was asked to do some stuff on my collection, so here's a brief slideshow because we got to wrap this up. And anyone want to see more pictures, just come by. This is my bedroom.
Wow.
That's my hallway. This is another shot of my bedroom. And then we're back to the beginning. So, we have an autograph session tonight at 7 p.m.
7 p.m. Autograph session. I actually have some pictures of me with the Nickelodeon Turtles at Comic-Con. I printed out, so if you want to get one of those, come there. So yeah, and then I have a panel later on tonight, 11 o'clock. We're gonna have some fun with that. There might be some singing involved, so check that out. And then we have a panel tomorrow at 3 o'clock, just on pop culture in general, because they apparently know about those types of things.
And if anyone wants to see what's on this disc, behind the scenes, first photo shoots with the Jim Henson's Creature Shop for the first movie, come by my booth. I'll have the laptop up so I can still show pictures.
Does anyone have before we tell others, I have a question that's just like, I have to ask this real quick.
I just have a question, but I remember, do you remember like there was a Japanese series, I know like they got superpowers, lasted a couple of minutes.
Super Mutations! Or Metal Mutations! I love them both. Yoda! Yoda!
There you go, yes. Anyone else? Anyone else? Can we get out of here? All right.
Oh, well, thank you for coming to the Ninja Turtles battle.